Every year with new Ninjago seasons, we get a slew of minifigures including new ninja suits, new villain designs, and new exclusive minifigures. And in this video, let's figure out what the best minifigure from each Ninjago season is gonna be. We're gonna start off from the pilots and we're gonna go up to season 10 in this video. And let's get started right away with the pilots. The pilots was, of course, Ninjago 2011, the start of Ninjago. The minifigures in this wave, of course, were not the most detailed. You can't expect them to be. This was 2011 at the end of the day. But still, there's a lot of bangers here to talk about. Firstly, an honorable mention goes to the DX Ninjas. All of them look spectacular, but especially Jay is the one I wanna keep as the one minifigure for the honorable mention, because this one is honestly an amazing minifigure. I just love the golden and the blue. Love that clash over there. The blue, the royal blue looks amazing here. The lightning, of course, is always gonna be my favorite design for any ninja suit, and this is definitely deserving of the honorable mention, though the first one would, of course, be Samukai. Samukai has never showed up in another Ninjago set. This was the only set he ever showed up in, and I think this minifigure is genuinely spectacular. The specific molding for that head are amazing, and all in all, I don't think there's been much more of a faithful minifigure that LEGO has honestly ever made as compared to this one. Seems like a one-to-one copy of Samukai from the show, which is something I do really appreciate it. Season 1 though, let's start off with some controversial ones. I think my honorable mentions here are gonna go to Fangdom and Pythor. This is, of course, the Serpentine season, and there was a lot of spectacular new molds introduced this time around. The ones I want to focus on are Fangdom, because that two-headed mold is just amazing. I feel like that in and of itself deserves at least some credibility, because it does end up making this figure look so much more better and spectacular than it would have looked otherwise. And the Pyro minifigure, of course, Pyro is really iconic, and all things considered as well, this was the introduction of the snake tail, the snake mold. This entire figure is just filled with new molds here. The purple looks amazing. Yep, this one definitely does deserve the honorable mention. Of course, though, I think ZX Lloyd easily takes the cake here. ZX Lloyd, because firstly, the ZX Ninja are all spectacular, but secondly, more importantly, this is what I think represents a lot of season 1 to me, because a really big part of that season was, of course, the Green Ninja mystery, and I think this minifigure really does end up personifying that really well. It stands as the symbol for season 1, and I think that definitely does warrant a spot here. Okay, now season 2. Season 2, I think we have to go with the Golden Ninja as the first place. I think this really does end up being the most important minifigure to come out of this arc of Ninjago, because firstly, it's all golden, guys. That is something that you're not gonna see even in today's world. This entire minifigure did take a lot of money to make, is what I'm saying, and I think the just design here, of course, is immaculate as well. An honorable mention though will go to Kimono Kai. Specifically Kimono Kai, because I think this minifigure looks amazing. Kai is always going to be an iconic part of Ninjago, and I think Kimono Kai especially does just end up looking fantastic. I still remember watching season 2 and seeing Kai put Lloyd up to like the Overlord, like bringing him up the stairs and stuff, and I think just because of that, those two minifigures are just so iconic to me. Kimono Kai definitely does deserve a spot here. Season 3, we're gonna go with the Overlord as the honorable mention. I think the Overlord is a fantastic minifigure. I think they did it really well. It looks just like the show in my opinion, and I think it's done pretty spectacularly. I'm really happy with how they did this minifigure, but I think Stone Armor J actually deserves the first place here. Stone Armor J, of course, did not show up in the season 3 wave. He showed up in a book, but I think this book just does this minifigure so spectacularly. The detail here is immaculate. There's a new head print for this guy, which looks even better. And moving on to season 4 here, I think Skylar is gonna be my honorable mention because I think this one is the first time they went ahead and they did a ninja minifigure for someone who isn't really a ninja. The design here is immaculate as well, and one thing I really do like is just how this minifigure is kind of the bazooka ninja, even though it's not supposed to be. I just really like how character who isn't really a ninja gets to be part of the ninja suit lineup. I think that's pretty fantastic. But of course, Titanium Zane, I think, has to get the first place here because this, of course, is a new arc for Zane. It's a new beginning for Zane. This minifigure was immaculate when it came out. The entire titanium body, almost the entire titanium body, is amazing. And yeah, this minifigure is just a big, massive standout when you compare it to other Tournament of Elements minifigures. This one is easily first place, guys. Season 5 is, funnily enough, both gonna be Lloyd's. The honorable mention I have is gonna be the Possession Lloyd design. I think the black and the green just end up meshing together so well. I'm a big fan of the color scheme this time around, and I think the black fits every ninja well, especially Lloyd here. Yeah, I think this is definitely a big W in my opinion, but the Possessed Lloyd has to, of course, be number one. The just idea of an evil ninja stemmed out from this minifigure. And moreover, this minifigure has this exclusive molding for the hood and stuff. I think that looks really amazing. The head print here as well is superb. Really just a well done minifigure, all things considered, even for its time, guys. Season 6, I think the honorable mention has to go to Doc Shank. Doc Shank was our first Ninjago big fig, and I think the just color scheme here with the blue and the orange, it just is new, it's fresh, it's cool. Again, it's our first big fig, guys. I think it definitely does deserve a lot of recognition for that. But I think, of course, first plate here as well is gonna go to Skybound J with the eye mask because this is the most iconic version of J in the entirety of Ninjago. Sue me, guys, but I think this is what I call the definitive J. The eye patch looks amazing. The Destiny suits are one of my favorite Ninjago suits of all time, and I think it's done just immaculately here with the J color scheme. All in all, of course, Season 6 standout has to be Skybound J. Season 7, though, is kind of the opposite in my opinion, where I think most of it is kind of trash. No offense, I know a lot of people like these ninja suits. I personally don't. I think it is just there's so much stuff here, guys. It's messed up. There's just way too much detail on these things. Same thing, of course, with the Snake Tribe, the Venomari, I guess. No, the Vermilion. My bad, guys. The Vermilion. These guys look awful in my opinion. If you were doing snakes, then give them proper snake molds. What is this, guys? It looks horrendous. They do come with these exclusive armor pieces, but I think even this stuff is just way too detailed to feel normal. Yeah, I hate these minifigures, guys. The only minifigures I don't hate from this wave are the Hands of Time, Crux, and Acronics. I think these two are done really well. Of course, you have to love the ninja type of hood design here. They do actually end up sharing a lot of details between each other, but also differentiating a bit, which is something I really do appreciate. I think the Hands of Time, of course, the standouts of this wave, and I think these are also the only good minifigures in this wave. Sue me, guys. I know Ray and Maya exist, but other than that, yeah, I think these are the best minifigures from this wave. Moving on to Season 8. I think Princess Ruby has to be first place because, of course, this minifigure is just so perfect. It's a 1-to-1 recreation of the show. It's really expensive on the aftermarket, and you know why. It's just perfectly done. I love the printing given here. The headpiece as well is pretty amazing. The green color scheme, of course, the royal color scheme is something you don't see very often in Ninjago, so that's a pretty good add-on as well. The honorable mention for this one, though, I think would be Cole, but Cole with the baby, which is in the Temple of Resurrection. I just love the idea of Cole carrying around the baby Master Buu, guys, and of course this suit as well is pretty good. So yeah, I think this is quite deserved. Season 9, I think the honorable mention, which I'll start off with, has to be Golden Wu. Golden Wu is an amazing minifigure. It is just decked out in the dragon armor. Just this minifigure in the show as well looked amazing. What it stands for is amazing. And yeah, it's the best Master Wu minifigure. What can I even say? It's perfectly done, guys. But I think first place here, though, would actually be Hunted Lloyd. Hunted Lloyd is a really controversial design, because a lot of the Hunted Ninja are just kind of seen as over designed, weird recreations of the Sons of Garmadon stuff. But no, I think this one is my definitive Lloyd design. This is the Lloyd arc, in my opinion. This is the best Lloyd arc, in my opinion. And just this defines what makes Lloyd the Green Ninja. He has no powers, he's still sticking up for his people, for his team, for himself, against his own father in this outfit. This is the definitive Lloyd outfit, in my opinion. I know that's a little controversial, but it's just my opinion, guys. But with season 10, of course, this season had a lot of legacy stuff to it, so I'm just gonna be focused on, I think the honorable mention here has to be Legacy Kai. Okay, I'm joking, guys, but the honorable mention here, I think, has to be Sensei Wu. I'm a big fan of the black here. The black, of course, is representing the pilot's design of Sensei Wu. You gotta love it. I am a big fan of this type of color scheme, and for Sensei Wu, I think it's done pretty amazing. But of course, the first place here as well has to be the Oni. Of course, the Oni is the Oni, guys. We haven't gotten too much Oni representation in Ninjago, and I think this is probably the best Oni minifigure we have, all things considered. All things considered, though, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'll see you all soon. What are you guys' thoughts? Drop them down in the comments down below. And bye for now. Love you guys.